Imagine someone keeps moving your stuff an inch every day, or your Wi-Fi randomly logs you out during meetings. Reddit asked, if you were a ghost, what's the most petty way you'd haunt someone? These answers are savage and hilarious. Crack the freezer open every now and then. This would annoy the crap out of me since mine beeps if it's left open. Hey, at least you know when it's open so it isn't left for hours on end. So it wasn't my daughter? Looks like I need to apologize. I'd pause their show randomly. You're that goddamn ghost that keeps asking me if I'm still watching. And I'm not going to stop. My mate used to do that in high school. Early 90s, and this was a kid whose dad had just bought him the height of technology remote control watch. Big clunky thing with a keypad, and came with a book of frequency codes for different brands of TV. Once a week the RE teacher would will the big TV out so we could watch an episode of Jesus of Nazareth. As soon as her ass had sat down, my mate would start fucking around with the TV. Volume right up, change the channel, off, volume right down. Every time her ass touched her chair from getting up to fix it, boom, he would do something else. It was new technology, so she never for 1 minute suspected a pupil was doing it with his watch. It was fucking hilarious. Every week. The inside of all of their shoes would always be clammy and unpleasantly moist, as though someone had just taken a large wad of wet paper towels out of them. All the time. Even in summer. It's not even happening to me and I'm already mad. I'd spread breadcrumbs on their bed sheet every night before they hit the sack. If you decide to do that while you're living, use salt. You can see breadcrumb salt makes you feel crazy. Petty and sadistic now. I put sawdust in my sister's bed once and she got grounded for 2 weeks for eating in her room. Wasn't my intention, but hey, who am I to intervene? Salt seems like a good idea if I ever visit her. Follow around someone who wears glasses and randomly put a smudgy fingerprint on their lens. Diabolical. Wait, are you haunting me? I would make their farts visible by making curtains behind them flutter. Or color code them. A green gas if friends don't have to leave the room, yellow gas to indicate opening a window may be a good idea, and red gas means get out of Dodge. 1. Block the Jews from any outlet they try to charge their phones, but if they plugged anything else in, it would work. 2. Click random things on their computer when they are being asked if you're a human. 3. Log out of all of their apps so they're forced to relog in, authenticate, every time. 4. If they have pets, get them riled up at the most inopportune moments, like when they just fell asleep. 5. Play Elf on the Shelf with their coffee/tea/morning go-to drink. It'll always be somewhere it shouldn't be. 6. Unplug their Wi-Fi so they're forced to contact their service provider. Or change their Wi-Fi name to things like, I am watching you, insert name. 7. Leave only 5 squares of toilet paper on all the rolls in the house, hiding any in the supply closets, so they have just enough for hope, but not enough to do anything meaningful. 8. Mix-match all their sock pairs. 9. Possess them when they are on important virtual meetings and play out the Banana Boat song. 10. Pre-squeeze air into all their plastic bottles, ketchup, mustard, soap, shampoo, you name it, to the point where if they open the lid, stuff is going to fly everywhere. Calm down, Satan. Whenever they made food, just randomly pause the microwave, or turn their stove off when they aren't looking. Like, they're making a roast, set a timer for 40 minutes or whatever and walk away. Turn to check on it halfway through and the oven was turned off 5 minutes in. Better yet, let everything cook to perfection then chill every dish, no matter how they try to reheat the food it's always freezing cold.
Hey, don't scroll to the next thread, please just subscribe, like and hit the bell, or you will miss the next wild Reddit story. I'm already working on it, so see you in the next video.
Maybe not petty, but I'd be doling out justice and karma like candy on Halloween. Wife or husband, it happens, beat her. The second they're no longer around their victim, or anyone else but especially not around the victim, I'd whisper in their ear, I know what you did. Pause, you'll learn to regret it. And then backhand the absolute hell out of them. Every single time they laid hands on their partner a variation of that would happen. Rapist? Impossible to reach the point of arousal. If they try with a foreign object, it inexplicably misses their target and hits them hard instead. Plus, their victim has an inexplicably remarkable memory and evidentiary support that always leads to their conviction. Murderer? Your weapon no longer works as it should, firearm backfires, knife never sharpens and hits them instead, any form of suffocation, limbs are no longer strong enough to suffice, knots don't stay knotted, drowning, tubs/sinks/toilets/anything that holds water inexplicably drains, making it impossible to succeed, etc. And someone, me, I'm the someone, calls the cops who catch them in the act every time. After they're arrested, every time they try to lie or hide something they get an intense impossible to ignore pain in the palm of their hand or the sole of their foot. By time it goes to trial, they'll be so paranoid about lying they'll just confess, and even if they don't they still get convicted cause caught in the attempt. Thief/robber, not the people who steal food/essentials cause they're broke and genuinely have no other options, the ones robbing banks, breaking into houses, taking stuff just cause etc. Anything they do manage to take has no monetary or sentimental value. If it's a house they always get bit by a very large dog, who comes to no harm. And the wound gets infected so it had to be treated, and all hospitals and emergency rooms were warned to look out for people coming in with a dog bite to report to the cops. Corrupt politicians, you know, the ones that are supposed to look out for the people but use the system for their own gain instead. Suddenly, their payments for anything that isn't absolutely essential never go through. Any documents to pass laws or start projects or whatever that will just end up hurting the people go missing right before they're to be presented with no backups available, digital, hard copy, cloud, it's just gone. Anything they try to do that would hurt the people or abuse their power would completely backfire, and any kind of scandal involving them would be exposed. Drug producers/dealers? Product goes MIA if they manage to make it at all, and if they manage to sell anything, they lose the money they made off the sale. I'm sure there's more, but this already got way longer than I meant for it to, so I'll leave it at that. Always move the coffee table just out of its normal position so that they hit their shin or their baby toe on it. Every fucking time. Turn the toilet paper around so it hangs down the back of the roll instead of the front. If I go before my cat, I'll meow incessantly during his daily, midday, 5-hour nap, the way he does to me at 3:30 a.m. every night for 8 years. Might even try to paw at his face if I have good ghost powers. I just rearrange things subtly. Big enough to be noticed, but small enough to make you wonder if it was actually changed or if you're remembering wrong. Flip all the glasses in the cupboard upside down, or rotate the mug so the handles face the opposite direction. Move the cable box from the left to the right side of the TV. Stuff like that. Basically just ghostly gaslighting. I would haunt my ex-boss. Make the desk he works on unstable slightly to the left so he would correct with his body to the right. I would increase the angle a few times, before switching the imbalance to the other side and do the same. I would take time for details so the desk would be steady and not wobbling at all. But enough for it to be unconsciously corrected. I would break into his car every day and park it somewhere else but still in sight. I would fill in a million forms for information about things he definitely doesn't need, maybe tampons and crap like that. I would subscribe him to all different religions asking for house visits. I would match him on Tinder, he is a cheat, with numerous fake accounts, and set a date only to not show up. I would spoof his phone number and make sure every scam center in Kolkata knows his number. I would let bees into his house and car. But I didn't put that much thought into it really.